I'm Vince Corzine coming to you from Joya Productions studio in New York. So far with Supernova, we've talked about an outline. We have 3 lines moving at 3 different speeds. For instance, the trombones are moving at a medium speed, the saxes have a fast counterpoint moving at a faster speed, and the trumpets in harmoniumutes are slower, providing color with a diffused impressionistic sound. So we have 3 instruments moving at 3 different speeds, which means they won't interfere with each other and you'll get clarity. So that's one thing I was thinking about. Next is tension builds as the 3 lines overlay the rhythm section and a swing in 3/4 time. Listen to each line as the tension increases. Example 1 is the theme with trombone unison. Example 2 shows how I added the saxophones and counterpoint moving at a slightly faster speed, more conversationally. The variety of movement lends clarity to the musical lines. Example 3, we're now adding the harmoniumutes, the trumpets and harmoniumutes, for color and an impressionistic sheen or haze over the ensemble. The line is not as important as the color. Yes, the trombone line is important, the saxophone line is important, the trumpet in harmoniumutes, trumpets and harmoniumutes, is more of a background haze, like an artist would put a color in the background. Okay, it's not a definite line. Now I use terrace dynamics for added volume. Beethoven used it all the time. He added instruments to get a louder sound, adding a few at a time. CD4, the 4th example, is an interlude. It leads to a full ensemble leading to the soloist. It's polyrhythmic effect between the horns and the rhythm, and it builds. You're going to find it builds to the solo. Now let's look at the general form of Supernova. 3/4 waltz, intense. The tempo is probably 188 to 195 or 200, depending on, right now it's 188. I recorded that, but it might be faster when we start rehearsing it. It might be in 1 instead of 3. It's possible as we get the feel of it. Things change as you know when we rehearse things. The form, a slow intro with a lot of suspension chords. Moving 8th notes in the saxophone slightly. Next, an ostinato in the rhythmic section. Ba-da-bum, 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 really angular and very anchored. Then you have the trombone theme now playing an interversion in unison coming against over top of that. Then you add a counterpoint in the saxes, which is a conversational theme at a faster speed. And then you add the diffused trumpets and trombones at a slow speed, so you get 3 instruments sections at 3 different speeds doing 3 different things, and you will hear all 3 clearly because they're not getting in each other's way. Then you hear a big interlude going to a solo. The interlude builds to a solo. Then a trumpet and trombone solo with sax background lines. Now, I like the idea of if you have a brass instrument playing a solo, you have saxes in the background, or rhythm section. If you have a saxophone playing a solo, you have brass in the background. I don't like to put a trumpet solo with trumpet background or trumpet solo with trombone background. I think the color should be different in the background than the solo. So that, again, that's for variety. Interlude 2, the second theme is used in imitation leading to a sax solo. Now we come to number 5, Interlude 2. Example 6 is a variation of the main theme. The saxes play a unison ascending theme against an inactive harmonized brass line. Now I could have harmonized everybody in chords. It would be too thick, too cloying, and too bottom heavy. And I feel that a sax unison line against rich brass chords, I use this a lot, adds elasticity and suppleness, resulting in greater lightness and energy. Notice the contrary motion in the trombones and bari sax. I like that idea. Contrary motion is very, very helpful. A change of sound dropped out from the rhythm section for 16 measures. This is what happened. Instead of going ding, 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 ding all the way through at 188 or 200, which can be a little boring and a little jarring on the nerves to have the same tempo all the way through, I dropped out the rhythm section for about 16 measures, and the horns kind of had a conversation about an MP level with each other, and it kind of gave a nice variety to the piece. Instead of having the constant driving 3/4 time all the way through, it suddenly stopped, and you hear this nice 16 measures of conversation coming around. It's a very nice change. Now an ostinato pedal point returns, leading to a modulation up a minor third to C minor. A modulation is like a change of scenery. Something new is happening. You're going somewhere. A long piece of music needs a lift. So I figured going to C minor is a good idea. Now let's listen to example 7, modulation to C minor. A recapitulation of the 3 themes occurs after the C minor in C minor. A stretto occurs after this. Now remember we said in one video that the themes occur in close proximity and they create tension and they almost land on top of each other. Now the full ensemble wails at a double F level against, again, sax unison. I like sax unison going against full thick chords. The ending is a 3-bar drum solo, and the last 5 measures is slower at a triple F level, and it's conducted. It's conducted, all right, out of tempo. And again, the saxes have a unison coming in at the end. The 5th video will discuss different voicings of chords and sections.